Okay, so looks like I'm live now. Okay, yeah, I'm live. Hey all, this is me, Hack, and in this stream we will try to explore some cloud security related challenges. Um, we will try to explore platforms, not platforms like labs based on different platforms like AWS and GCP. We will try to start or do some very basic entry level labs from Poon Labs. I don't know, if you follow me, you must have seen some tutorials or some walkthrough videos from me earlier, based on SSRF in GCP, LFI, not SSRF in AWS and LFI in AWS, and how we can exploit it. But we will try to do some labs again uh, from Poon Labs. We will also for SSRF part, we will try to compare SSRF in GCP and SSRF in AWS, because apparently both of them are kind of different. um we will try to explore that. Then we will also explore some other labs from AWS. By you guys can probably follow along, because there's a lot of free labs available on Poon Labs. So yeah, we will start in a minute or two. uh by the way, apologize for being late. Average Linux user, so basically what happened was, um I tried to start my stream, right? I had some problem with my own OBS, and then I had some update, and for some reason, whenever I update my Ubuntu, my VM just won't work. So yeah, those two things were kind of problem. But yeah, I mean, hopefully the audio is much better now. Anyway, so we will start the lab soon. In the meantime, if you don't have any accounts, so I would recommend you all to go ahead, create an account. um so yeah, I mean, shouldn't be a lot harder in my opinion. But yeah, let's see how things go. um but yeah, in my opinion, should I drop a link in the chat? um yeah, I should do it. Hag is so much beautiful. Oh yeah, I am. Hmm. Okay, so we will start now. Just a minute. Let me. AWS CLI, not AWS CLI. Um, lols. Okay, so this is the one which we are supposed to do. Um, I should have fixed it. Okay, so looks pretty decent, and it was a boomer move. Anyways, so this is Poon Labs. We will start with a very basic lab, which is SSRF to Poon. I have I have done that thing, I have done that lab earlier. I also made a walkthrough, but we will try to compare an SSRF in GCP and SSRF in AWS, because both of them kind of different ones. And you will see sometimes Google has a pretty secure environment, right, in my opinion. Anyway, so we'll search for a lab called SSRF to Poon. Okay, here it is. So we will start with this lab. After this lab, we will go to a GCP one. By the way, full disclosure, I do work there, and yeah, so but like whatever like I will say over here like will be like my personal opinion. So we will like do this lab afterwards, and then we will like compare like uh, how we can like defend against this attack, and why like GCP might be a better option. Anyways, so we will start with an AWS one, SSRF to where it is. Okay, here it is. So we can go ahead and start the lab. This is the by the way, like we can like probably like follow along. Um, yeah, we can probably like follow along. Let's see what we can do over here. In the meantime, let me just get the chats up here. Hopefully the audio is much better. Anyways, okay, so like we will start now. Let me start my Bob suite, and we should be good to go from there. Also, like in the meantime, like if you guys are like following along, I would like recommend to go ahead and download like AWS CLI and G Cloud like SDK of CLI, uh, so that we can probably like follow along. But here, my Bob suite is like starting up. Technically, like we don't even need Bob suite for this one, but um, I'm using it just for the fun. So I can start a browser here. Open browser. By the way, like let me know like if my audio is like better this time or not. Because like okay. By the way, so I actually found out why like my audio was like so bad throughout all the streams. So like for some reasons, right? My this microphone was not being detected by Linux. Linux was like detecting a completely different microphone. Anyways, we can like start now. Oh wow, failed to connect. Do I need to like import in certificate? I don't wanna do it. In proxy, the Perf suite certificate is not valid. Yeah, I do know about it. I have no idea how to fix it for now. Well, well, no idea how to fix it. So what I will do is like I will start the private window, enter the IP, the site. Oh, okay. So like I have to like include huge logistic.poon in my Etsy host file. So I will go ahead and do it. Just a sec. Sudo nano. Like it's on my different screen. Probably you guys can't see it. I just need to make sure like I don't have anything sensitive over here. Yeah, I do have a lot of sensitive stuff. Let me just remove them and I can show you. Okay, so this is the terminal. I hope like you guys can see my terminal, right? Yeah, that's what I can hope for. Okay, so over here you can run like command like sudo nano etc host, and you can give the IP, and then we can give huge logistic.poon, copy it, go back to my terminal. I can enter in and reload. Okay, so we can access it, we can scroll. By the way, like also like you will often see like misconfigured buckets. So like one thing which you can do is like you can like view the source code and try to see like where these images are being hosted down. That could be something which can be very useful, so I will start with that only for now. If I can see any images, okay, so we can indeed see like AWS like S3 bucket link, so we can open it up. Do we, yeah, like there's a lot of AWS bucket images. We can try to see like if there's any anonymous access like enabled or not. Wow. Okay, so we will get back on it later. So let's see. There's status.php. We can check it. Okay. So what we can do is like we can try something like in the place of like huge logistic.food. We can try something like google.com. I don't know like if it will work. Google.com. Yeah, so looks like there could be an SSRF. There was a website called Webhook. Um, I completely like forgot. Webhook.io, I believe. Webhook.io. Yeah, this is the one. Oh, it's Webhook site. Let's see. Okay, so I can copy in the one of the URL. I can replace this with this. Um, let's see like if we get any hit. Um, I don't see like waiting for a first request. I don't see any request being made over here, mates. Okay, so we indeed got an hit from the server. This is all we can see right now. We can see curl 7.81, whatever the version is. Okay, so basically it's like curling it out. I mean, we can try something like a command injection over here if we want to. But since like it's like SSRF to boot, we will try to go with SSRFA, and I don't think something like command injection will work. But it's on you to try. So what we can do is like I can search for something like hack tricks, AWS hack tricks, AWS. Let's see, or what we can do is like there's a very good like open source repo called hacking hacking.cloud. Yeah, hacking the cloud, this one. We can go to AWS enumeration. Okay, so there's like introduction to instance metadata. Okay, so like okay, cool. So even like AWS came up with the whole like way to like defend against like SSRF attack. We will go on that later. Enumeration, enumerate S3 bucket, brute force unauthenticated, loot ABS exploitation, steal, S3 misconfigured. Wait a minute, why I can't find something like okay, so we can try this. Copy, go over here. Maybe what if we remove something like HTTP? Okay, so we got like an SSRF. We can try to list a token, I believe, or something else. Let's see what we can leak from here. Host, public keys, profile, host names, MAC, metric, identity, credentials, IAM. Let's do it this way. System, services, public key, metrics. So basically like also like if it's like new for you, it's basically like very simple. So if you know like what SSRF is, it's pretty simple. So basically like we are trying to like ping or like make a request to the backend metadata API of AWS. If you don't know like what metadata API is, so basically understand it. Basically it's like a record, right? Which has like a lot of information about your AWS instance, could be like the service account connected with it, and a lot of other things. So let's see what we can do with it. So there's host name, I am credentials. I am credentials seems very interesting to me. We can try that. um and if we get stuck, we can always like follow along. 404 not found. Okay, let's see. I am credentials not found. Wow. I am security credentials. Okay, I probably messed that up. um Security credentials. Okay, so we can see this metadata food s3 access. Okay, so this is like pretty simple one. uh okay, cool. So we can see token, secret key, access id. I think we need to like specify token. um I completely like forgot the syntax for it. um but yeah, like we can configure our AWS s3 like CLI. So let's do it. um by the way, like if you have like any doubts or anything, feel free to like ask. Hmm, let's see. uh, just a sec. I'm just like looking at stats for now. Oh wow, 25 people are watching me live. Crazy. um Anyways, so we will like go back, we will copy access id and secret key, I believe. And yeah, we will try to configure it. So clear this. We can do like AWS configure. I completely like forgot the syntax. Wow. AWS configure. What? Okay, so yeah, we can give the access id. So this was the access id. We can go and give that up, and then we can specify what it's we have to like specify a secret key. We can give that. Let's do it. I think like we also need to like specify token somewhere, and I don't remember its syntax. US East one, I believe. Here, let's do like equals s3 ls. I have to like specify the bucket name, I believe so. um so the bucket name was this. Copy AWS s3. Probably a wrong format again. It should be s3 s3. Oh no, probably s3. I get an error like when calling list to the AWS key id provided does not exist in our record. Well, um AWS s3. I will try it again. I don't know like what's some wrong with it. Okay, so like let's go back and take a look at it. Huge logistic, we got this, we got the credentials too. um okay, configure set is access token. Okay, that's what we did. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, not bad. Yeah, I think I was like specifying wrong bucket name. Oh, that's so embarrassing, mate. That's so embarrassing. Anyways, storage s3. Wait, I still get this. I still get the same error. I have like specified the right bucket for now. Um, s3 huge logistic. Okay, so I guess like we probably need to specify the token. So AWS configure set. Okay, even like if we didn't know how to do it, we could have basically like did a Google search. Let me go back to my private window. I hope you guys can see my screen properly. Okay, yeah. So AWS CLI token setup. Like we could have done that. I'm really sure like we could have like got the same command through this because I've done the same thing earlier too. Anyways, we will go and configure the token. So let me just copy it. And I also need to make sure that I'm not copying the wrong token. Lols. This is so big. Okay, so we were able to copy it. Okay, cool. So you have to do like AWS configure or AWS configure what? Let's see. Configure set AWS access token. Okay. AWS configure set AWS session token AWS STS get caller identity. It's a spelling mistake. I think like here. Okay, so also like it's configured now for us. Like I don't know, like I've been like working a lot with GCP right now, so the whole like thing is kind of messed up. In GCP we do like G Cloud auth login, and yeah. Anyways, so currently we are just a sec. Like let me check if my stream is like up on. Okay, it's up on YouTube too. Cool. Like let me check. Okay, nice. Anyways, okay, so what we can do is like we can try to like list this like S3 bucket again. Okay, so there's a backup. I should have like specified this way, and then there's like a flag.txt. I think you guys can like copy it, or let me copy it. CP. But I won't like print the content of it. Flag. And it should be like in MD5 format here. Should be something like 32 characters long. So word count. Character flag. Yeah. Okay, so like we were like able to pull one of our like a very first lab, which was pretty simple, based on AWS. Also like you might be wondering like, hey, but what else I can do? So I mean, if you go like little bit in deep, you can probably like do all sort of an enumeration from here, right? Because you got your initial foothold, so you can look for other services. You can perform something like IAM enumeration. You can use like tools like CLI climb or claim, whatever it is, and then you can like move on from there, right? Okay, so this was pretty simple, but now like I want to show you all a lab based on GCP. I made this one. Okay, so I made the one for GCP one. So here, let's see. By the way, like the GCP one is like kind of like different. Also like we should have like looked like how we can fix it. So SSRF this one, let's see. So if we scroll down, there should be a section on defense. So if the instance is needed, it is if instance metadata is needed, it's recommended to use version 2 as it requires authentication. The same goes with the one on GCP. Yeah, the same goes with GCP too. But but there's like only one main difference between GCP and AWS. GCP had the same thing earlier, like probably a year or ago, or maybe it could be like 2. It was like around 2020, I believe. but GCP deprecated the older API. So with GCP, like you had to like set up a new metadata headers. So in order to like access internal like metadata server, but with AWS, at least right now, like there's no fixes for it, or at least like AWS has not deprecated the older API. um I don't know like if I don't know like whatever like I'm saying right now is like clear or not. But yeah, I mean, thankfully, since the lab has been released, Jeff announced November 23 that AWS has changed the default configuration. Okay, cool. So this is a nice move from AWS. Um, Previously, when creating EC2 instance, shown up using is gonna under advanced setting, there were options to configure various aspects of metadata service. Click info, metadata accessible. Okay, metadata version, you can run v1, v2, or just v2. You have to specify a world default, blah blah. Yeah, I mean that's exactly what I was talking. Um, Now we'll try to do like the one on GCP. I mean, to be honest, like AWS has like a very large market share. So they should have like came up with this fix a lot earlier. But yeah, I don't know. So we will try like SSRF in SSRF in GCP. This lab is like bit different. I can share the link in the chat. So this lab is like little bit different. For this one, we need to like specify a specific header in a request. So it's not really like possible with normal SSRF attack. So, but okay, so like let's like explore the lab, and you guys will like understand like what the heck like I'm talking right now. So let me go back to the private window, close everything up. So S3. Okay, so it's loading up. Okay, so it did load it. We can like view the page. So the same goes with the same thing goes with this one too. Always look for like bucket URLs if we can find any. Right now we don't see, but there should be one. Or it could be like, yeah, or it could be like this. For some reasons, like we can't open. Okay, so we can indeed see a bucket over here. But yeah, like I don't know like what's wrong with like Brave. We can't really view the images from there anyways. So we will now like try to like exploit SSRF in GCP. And the main difference between like SSRF and GCP is that the SSRF in GCP like requires a custom header, whereas with AWS it doesn't require you like a custom header. Like at least the older one doesn't require you a custom header, which is not so which is bad for AWS. So let's see an SSRF over here. I mean, you guys like feel free to like explore the lab further. But for now, what I will do, like I have made this lab, so I know like how to solve it. But we can give like address, a number, whatever. In like image URL, we can do something like file, etc, password, fetch image, and we can see it's an LFI. Not really an LFI. It could be something like SSRF. So what we will do again is like we will go back to webhook site, and we will try to see if SSRF is possible over here or not. So I will copy the same URL. How the heck I'm supposed to copy the URL? Copy. Let me go back. image, fetch image. Okay, so the UI has not configured. Okay, so we do indeed get a callback. um we can make sure like this is the same IP here. We get a hit on our own like webhook server. So I mean, but again, like this doesn't mean like there could be an SSRF, but we were like able to use like file protocol. So there are like pretty good chances that we might be able to use some other protocols too, right? um so what, but before that, I would like to show something else. So what we can do is like, um we can try to like see if this bucket is like exposed or not. But for some, okay, so we can't list the content, because like anonymous like listing is not enabled or it's not permitted. So over here, if we go back and look for something like hacking the cloud, and if we go back and check GCP section, we have to see for enumeration, exploitation, privilege escalation, enumeration, service account, no, metadata. Okay, so with the newer like API, with GCP, we are like required to like provide the specific header which is like metadata flavor Google, but it's not really possible with the traditional SSRF. So like whenever like you get an SSRF, it's like suggested to like look for other valid protocols. So in our case, like we could have it, it's at least like it seems like we have like HTTP enabled and file protocol. We can also try something like Gopher, but before that, let's try to like hit this like API. um, let's try to hit it and we will see an error. So let's go to like few page source. um so from the server, like, so basically it's saying that hey, like you need to specify this header, otherwise I'm not gonna show you any contents from the metadata server, right? um and but sadly like it's not possible to specify a custom header like over here, but we can utilize something like Gopher protocol to do it. So we will go, I will go back to like Boon Labs, I will scroll down and there should be a payload for Gopher. Let's scroll down. So this is the one, we can copy it. After searching we came across this. Yeah, like this was the blog post. It was like a really good one. You can try this one out if you want to, but yeah, we can do something like, or we can go, I can go back to my perf suite decoder and we can like URL decode it to see what actually this is. So we can see like Gopher protocol being used over here. Then we specify the location, which is metadata Google internal. Then we specify a get request to like compute metadata 1v1 instance. Then we have to like specify the service account which we want to access, I believe. Yeah, so over here like we need to make some changes. So I will just copy this whole thing and I will open one of my like text editor, and over here we will remove this. We will remove this thingy, or I think like we even need to like remove token part for now. Let's try to access the server again. So this was the one. Okay, let's go back and in the place of URL, let's try to like give something like this, and we just need to wait for a bit to see if something happens or not. Okay, so indeed, like it looks like it's working for us right now. So what we can do is like we can do like bucket viewer like this, and over here we can specify it. So while that loads up, let's see like what happens. So what I did, so over here like service account, I specified the service account to be this. uh, I specified this service account. If you don't know like what service account is, so understand. Okay, I don't think I need to like explain what service account is. But okay, so it's taking a while to load up. Okay, so it looks like it has been loaded. So now like we can see like what options we have. So we can click on view page source, and we can see, oh no, you should be seeing like a lot more to it. Default. Oh wow, like I completely forgot to specify the service account. Yeah, seems like it. I should have specified my service account here. Hmm. Let's see if that loads up or not. Okay, so it's taking some time to load up. So okay, so looks like this thing worked. So we can see, we can probably like try to like print out the token from the backend metadata server. mm, yeah, so what I can do is like I can specify the token thingy here. So token I can specify the token here, and hopefully like GCP token should be printed for this specific service account. Oh, it's taking some time. We can always go to like view page source, and we can copy this token, access token. Since like okay, so I will explain this thing later on. Let me just copy the token first. Okay, so I have copied the token now. So basically like, so if you like remember, with AWS, we just need to do like AWS configure, we gave access ID, secret key, and boom, like we were in, right? But with GCP, we have like something called G Cloud or G Cloud CLI or G Cloud SDK, whatever you want to call. With that one, we have to like specify either key file, or we have to like login which is basically like through OAuth or auth. um, so what we can do is like in our case, we don't have like either key file for the service account, or we don't have like any auth way to log in. So what we can do is like we can use something like gcloud APIs. So if you like know like Google like focused heavily on APIs, so we can look for some API for Google Storage Bucket, and we can specify our authentication token, and then we can list the content of that specific bucket. uh, we can look for it, or like what you can do is like you can even ask like GPT, like hey, give me like how I can like access like gcloud bucket using like the API. um but in our case, like we can go back and we should see an API somewhere here. Let's see. which will be this one. So basically we have to provide curl, copy this, and we have to add our token thingy. Wow, I made a mistake. I should have, in the place of like Google access token, what we can do is like I can just directly like specify, I can directly specify this token. So let me copy it real quick. Okay, we have copied it, so I will go back, and with bureau I will paste it over here, and we can try to list the content of it. Okay, so like if you like remember, like earlier it was not possible for us to like list the content of the GCP bucket because we didn't have any permissions to do so, but now we can list this like entire bucket. uh, and if you want to like solve this challenge, what you have to do is like you have to basically download one of the zip files, I believe. Let's see, user data flag.txt. Okay, so there's a flag.txt, like pretty straightforward, mates. uh, let's see if we can print it out. Not found. Wait, it's in user data, right? Wow, strange. Wow. Well, we can't list the content, or is it like something else, or could be like something which was deleted, who knows. User data, images, web3, av1, shop3, jpeg. Shop, there's a directory called shop, there's a directory called user data, but I can't list its content. Strange. User data, I don't know like why I get 403. Let's go back and see this. Media link, copy the media link. Yeah, I mean, but wait a minute, it's in the same directory. Oh wow, I had to like specify. Oh, I completely forgot. Wait, no global object, no such global object user data. Well, it's very strange. Like, I don't know, like if someone deleted it or not. Media link, copy. Wait, I can't even copy it. Wow. Copy it. And let me remove it. Media. Okay, so we can list it out now. But I had no idea like why we can't list, why we were not able to list it earlier. User data. Yeah, no idea. Or it could be like we don't have no, but no. Okay, so we can do the same thing with the flag.txt if we want to. We can get the flag from there on. Now we can explore some like AWS challenges. Let's scroll down. It will be like I think like AWS like S3 bucket enumeration will be too basic. Let's see like what else we can do, like exploit weak bucket policy for privileged access. Yeah, we can do this one if we want to. Yeah, let's try. Okay, Okay, so let's read it up. So cracking Microsoft Office document, difficulty beginner, walkthrough. Okay, so let's do this lab now. So okay, um, okay, just a minute. Um, yeah, so like we can go back to our terminal screen. Let me clear it out. 8 AWS configure, then we can provide secret key over here. Use east one. Then we can do like AWS STS, which is basically like a who am I, but for cloud. So AWS STS get caller identity. Oh well. Get call operation security token is. Oh, so we have to like remove the security token. ls AWS config uh, nano AWS credentials. I have to like probably change something. Just a minute. Okay, here it is. So basically I have to remove it, so I can do comment it out, and I can run AWS STS get caller identity again, so we can see we are called like test right now. Okay, uh, scenario. So during a red team engagement, your team found this IP address and hard-coded credentials in the shipping application. Oh wow, hard-coded things are never good, guys. Can we like still access this IP or not? Or maybe not. Your primary objective is to access the sensitive data using the discovered area's credential and the IP address. Your goal is to delve deeper cloud infrastructure and demonstrate the impact. Okay. What I can do is like I can run an nmap scan on it. Just to look for what ports are open. Sudo nmap scsv. And I can do like verbose for now, and I have to give a very super secure password while the nmap scan is running in the background. Oh wow, wow, what the heck, we can't even ping the bugs or what? Oh, we can't even ping it. Oh mate, that's very strange. Anyways, so basic web enumeration, Microsoft Office document, cracking Microsoft document, basic S3 bucket enumeration and data exfiltration. Okay, enumeration tool. This reveals a Node.js application. Oh wow. Well, I had no idea like we had to do it. But still, like ping just would work. En scanning. Okay. So it's like EU West 2. Okay. Okay, so like let's read this up. So navigating to the site, it reveals the home page of a huge logistic. It has a login attempting to common user is successful. There something seems to be anything. There doesn't seems to be anything interesting functionality that has potentially be exploitable. Let's check the website source code. Tech partner, blah blah blah. We can see a bucket name over here, mates. Let's see like here's credentials with here's configure. recursive. Um, we don't have permission to list buckets ACL. We can instead check if you have permissions to view any bucket policy. Bucket policies are attached directly to a bucket and define what actions are allowed or denied by which principle. Okay. Success. This returns this policy or this bucket, although it could be good. Readable. Okay. Okay, so I will just like skim through it. Uh, CRM export data. Okay, not bad. So I will go back over here. Schedule a pickup. Full name, mail address, from, date. Okay, there's a login page. Cool. You can also see a bucket over here. Where it is? I think I saw a bucket, right? I think I saw a bucket. Let me go back a bit. Also, we can see a bucket over here. Let's see if we can list anything. Okay, wow, like it's an access denied. Crazy. Okay. Now we can. Okay, so our nmap scan is finished. Cool. So at this point, what we can do is like we can explore some tools like CLI, IAM or something. So let me just do it. Like copy, download, CLI, IAM. I can run CLI, client or client. I don't know. So we have to do like enumerate. Oh wow. Enumerate S3. Let's say S3. Access ID. We have to specify it again. Yes, that's kind of sad. I mean, that should have taken it automatically from the config files. Anyway, so I will go back to my terminal. Give the access ID. Go back. Secret key. And we have to wait for a bit. Oh wow, nothing really happened. Okay, CLR, IF, AWS, service group, enumerate, call builder. Nah, that didn't work for us. Service group, like enumerate permissions for resources, enumerate permissions for resources. That's kind of bad. Service group. We have to like specify access key ID, and what else we have to specify? We have to specify socket session tokens. Okay. Let's do this thing. AWS S3, not S23, S3, and then we can copy the name. Oh, like I have just a sec, guys. Okay, so I don't know the bucket name. We have to go back to here. Go back here. This should be the bucket name. Huge logistic data. Copy that up. Should be this way. Oh wow. AWS S3 LS. We get like denied. Okay. I don't know like if you all know, but I have made a tool called GCP IAM Brute. So what that tool basically does is, I mean, by the way, it's for GCP. So what that tool does is like if you provide access token, um, and service account email. It will start like enumerating for different permissions. I was hoping the same from CLI. I am could be like, I don't remember how to do it right now, but yeah. So let's go back and try to explore it from here, mates. So hmm, for the available downloading, let's move on. And the permissions, it's worth checking it for that. Okay, so we can try to running this. So AWS S3 API get bucket policy. I mean, like generally, like how much I know, you everyone should follow like two basic things. The first one is never ever give default service account service account on a VM or VM instance, and don't let like people to view like IAM policies or set IAM policy on a bucket. I mean, specifically on a public bucket, right? One shouldn't do it. So okay, so we can see huge logistic backup XLS. Okay, I mean we can download that one if we want to. Hmm. Policy. Okay, okay, summarize as follows. Okay, so oh wow, this is strange. um Let me just copy the name backup XLSS. Okay, I'm probably like saying that thing wrong. uh which is backup dot xlx. I don't know, I'm so small. XLSX, XLSX, funny names. Okay, save it. Okay, so we can save it. Cool. So I can probably like download it again through CLI. So backup dot xlsx, and we can copy it here. Copy. Oh, I should have specified. Oh wow, backup, not back. It's backup dot xlsx. Okay, so we can try to open this up. So open backup. Java may not be functional. Wow. Oh, so it's asking for a password. So we can crack it using something like uh, John the Ripper. So let's Google that up. Cracking XLSX password using John. Using John, we can crack it. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so it's like Office to John. Let's see if I have that thing installed or not on my PC. If I don't have like Office to John installed, so I will not install it. We can move on to a different lab. Yeah, I don't think I have installed Office to John on a PC. And I can't install it right now. But yeah, like it's very simple. So basically, if we go back, and we can read it over here. So basically, like we have to crack the password using Office to John, and then we can access the flag from here. I believe so. Opening the spreadsheet, we see important looking credentials for various systems. Oh yeah, well, I don't know what to say. Shovels dashboard. Click view. You can also find a flag. Okay, cool. So I mean, what we can do is like we can get the cracked password. This is the one which. Okay, so I think it's pretty straightforward from here. We can click on export and we can get the flag from there on. Okay, so like let's talk about how we can defend, right? So the first thing will be this like backup.xls shouldn't be allowed to download at first place, right? Like even before that, this document shouldn't even exist for storing passwords, right? uh, if we really want to store passwords, we can use something like secret manager or password managers, right? We should never like store passwords in a clear text format. um, the other thing could be the other thing could be like, maybe don't let people view like bucket policy, right? Don't let everyone view bucket policy, right? I mean, maybe like admins can view it, but don't let anyone and everyone to view it. And yeah, but we can read different sections from here. So there were several factors that contribute to following allowing us to achieve our objective. Firstly, the bucket policy was overly permissive. Yeah, like that's something which I talked, right? And allowed all AWS users in any AWS account to read policy. Yeah, big no no. Like, don't let anyone and everyone to view policies. Only allow specific high privileged accounts to view it, read ACLs, and also download them as long as they know the file names. It is recommended to design policies in line with the principle of least privileges, providing resource access to only those that need it. The spreadsheet's heading exposed S3 bucket was encrypted with password. It was found to be very weak here and could have been cracked. Yeah, like that's something which I talked about, right? I mean, they can use something like secret manager. Even GCP has secret manager. Even like AWS has secret manager. Just use that, right? um Wait a minute. And customer created okay, I mean, technically, like, they should have like, if this was a real company, they should have also like followed something called PCI DSS compliances. So they shouldn't even store credit card data in a clear text format. uh, but but yeah, like, never ever store passwords in a clear text format. Use something like secret managers, use password managers if possible, use stuff like that. uh, Let me go back and let's see. Okay, so okay, cool. So like, we will now explore some other labs. The one which we can do is like, will be breach in the cloud. It's a fun lab. I haven't like completed the whole lab. Like, it feels like I have not submitted a flag for it, but it's a really nice lab. So basically, like, you have to do like some investigation and stuff. So yeah, I mean, let's see that. Okay, so we will do this lab now, which is breach in the cloud. So let's try that up. So I can do like something like access key ID, secret access key. We can read out the scenario. So we have been alerted to a potential security incident. The huge logistics security team have provided you with the AWS keys of an account that saw unusual activity, as well as AWS CloudTrail logs around the time of that activity. We need your expertise to confirm the breach was breached by analyzing our CloudTrail logs, identifying compromised AWS services, and any data that was exfiltrated. Lab prerequisite: basic Linux command line knowledge. So what I will do is, um, um, I will follow along with this one. So let me clear my screen real quick. Clear, and let's like log in into AWS CLI. So AWS configure. and then we can specify secret access key. Hit enter. We can do something like AWS STS get caller identity. Yeah, so we can see our current name is temp user. Okay. uh, Scenario lab prerequisite, learning outcome. We can see like predefined JSON files for easier analysis, familiarity with AWS CLI, familiarity with analyzing CloudTrail logs, enumerating S3 buckets, and simulating an attacker to validate the path to the breach. Real world context, analyzing AWS CloudTrail logs, a standard practice for detecting suspicious activity within AWS, blah blah blah. Okay, so we have to basically download this file from Discord. I think I have that file downloaded, so let's see. Downloads, and if I don't have that file downloaded, I will go ahead and download it. Ls, yeah. Okay, so I can unzip it, or I can do something like mkdir breach in cloud, copy incident to breach in cloud ls. I have a cd first, cd breach in cloud, unzip incident. Okay, so we can see a lot of GCP or JSON data. We can start by like simple like cut and grab or cat and grab, whatever you want. But let's go with a very noobish way, which is just printing out the entire content. Doesn't I mean, it's very hard to read right now, so let me clear and follow along so we can unzip it. So opening the file in text editor such as nano and vim reveals that the JSON file aren't prettified, which makes them harder to read. To prettify, we basically need to do JQ. Okay, wait, so let's see. Gedit, ls, gedit, so basically like gedit is like a text editor. Copy, hit enter. Okay, so this is provide definitely like it's not prettified. You can see a lot of stuff though. Oh wow, I mean, to be honest, right, I mean, if we don't have any tools, it will be very hard for us to go and view and look at it like through this. So what I can do is like, I mean, without before like even like running this like bash script, I can do something like cat then jq, and we can see in a nice JSON format, in a prettified format over here. We can see like, because no resources are specified, blah blah blah, little delegations. Cool. So I mean, now we have to do the same thing for the entire bucket, for the entire files. Type root access key id, we can see access key id. Okay, so we don't really see right anything much interesting. Okay, we can see like access denied, AR and this root is not authorized to perform organization list delegation to. Wow, that's kind of sus, mates. And then we have the IP source, IP address. And what else we can see over here? Okay, so let's like run this bash scripting. Okay, ls, wait, did all of them got like prettified or what? For files in JSON, do JQ file attempt, file attempt, file cache. Yeah, looks like, yep, they all got prettified. So opening the file in Nano, we can see in a much clearer format here. And yeah, so like, I mean, we could have also done with simple like this JQ. Then we notice that CloudTrail log contains the time of creation in the file name and orders by order by time. The earliest time is T205, so let's start from there. We suspect the temp user account is involved and grep temp user search. Okay, CloudTrail, and let's see. This reveals that I am username temp user with globally unique parent is issued an STS get caller identity. Wow. I think like there's like even a graphical way to do it. There. Even like if we do, if you are on GCP, like the entire thing gets logged. So like, so whatever like if a service account does something, it's like mentioned over there. Like even if you all like remember, like we try to perform an SSRF, the whole thing like when we are trying to like call a metadata service, that thing also will be in the logs, right? um anyway, so this reveals that I am username temp user with globally unique ARN. This yeah, basically like get caller identity is like who am I, and then an IP info was performed against the IP. Okay, cool. Turning our attention to next file, if we quickly reveal the temp user account was attempt to list the contents of a bucket called emergency data recovery. Oh, yeah. So let's copy the name. Let's do something like gedit or subl. Like if I have like sublime text over here. Oh wow. Wait, we can't even see. Lol. Hello, I didn't attend from the beginning. Can you send me the video please after you finish? Yeah, I can do it. It will be on YouTube only. So let's try to like print out the content for this file. We can use something like gedit, gedit. Okay, so we can see a lot of stuff. S3 bucket, someone tries to access it. This is the IP. They are using like AWS CLI. We can do the same thing by viewing like other files too. So let's check the content of this one too. So gedit, we can see user agent, event name, get bucket ownership control. Wow, that's kind of says permission search command. Then something happens with AWS S3 bucket over here. Then we can see temp user, type I am user. Then you does not want this account, and seems like this temp user seems like they are now trying to perform, or they are trying to like list the different users in this like AWS environment. Then we have like temp user is not authorized to perform instance profile. Okay, the temp user is not authorized to perform signing certificate. Well, like they're doing a lot of bad stuff. At least they're trying to. List user on resources, not authorized, not authorized. List pipelines. Okay, list entity recognizer not authorized. Then they perform like then they try to perform like list health checks. uh, List authorizers. um, I mean, we do see like they try to like run a lot of commands, right? um Now let's see this IP, mates. Not this IP, this file gedit, uh, gedit root sts get caller identity not authorized to perform backup. sts API gateway not authorized. Okay, listener job backup describe. We can try to like list the content of um that emergency bucket maybe. um let's see, from auto scaling. I mean, wow, like looks like they are trying to perform a lot of actions but they are not authorized to. um they tried code build. Okay, auto scaling cloud formation, which is used with Terraform and stuff. I think so, with Terraform. Auto scaling again. For those like who are just joining in, this is like a blue teaming kind of a challenge, the one which I'm doing right now. Temp user name we can see not authorized to perform. So basically we see a lot of logs where they are not really authorized to perform bunch of actions. So let's see. Let's go back to the Poon Labs one and let's see like what else they can do. So let me go back to my terminal. We can try to like list the content of this bucket, by the way, or if we can like list the content of it. So AWS S3 ls S3. Wait, we get like permission denied for some reasons. Okay, not bad. Investigation of the next file reveals a lot of errors here. Grep error messages. So although it's very noisy, malicious attacker may look to enumerate granted by brute forcing. So it was enumerator. Oh wow, I completely like forgot about this rule. It's something similar, like it will do a bunch of enumerations, like what kind of permissions your account has. Then we can also use Paku, analyzing the next log, searching for the actions. We see that they were able to assume the role named admin role. The assume role operation is part of STS. It allows an AWS identity to assume a different privilege context for a limited period. Okay, and potentially access other resources. That assumption. Okay, not bad. So I believe like this assume rule is something like impersonate privileges on GCP. So examination of this next file reveals attacker gains involved STS caller identity. Okay, so let's read this up. And I'm pretty sure like there might be a better way to analyze CloudTrail logs. We can, okay, temp user, and this is the access key. We can try to log in from here if we want to. Temp user assume role. So let's try like AWS configure, and we have to specify this. We can do AWS STS get caller identity. We don't need. Literally, the security token included is invalid in the request. Huh? It's invalid. Wait a minute. Nano AWS credentials. How it can be invalid? I don't know. I think the previous interest. Cloud Trail. Emergency data here. Seems like they were able to back it up. Retracting steps as attacker. Now thinking as an attacker, we went edit configure, use configure. We tried this list policies, then reveals. Let's check that out. Okay, so they were able to list a permission. Oh wow. Paste. I don't think I can list it now. Yeah, I have to like change. Have to change the role thingy. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I don't. Okay, so this credential might have been expired, so I have to go back and get the access key ID again, and we can perform the same action as an attacker, and we can finally get a chance to be an attacker, guys. Secret key. Let's see. Policy name. Okay, so we have like assume privileges. I mean, we can from here like we can Google something like assume role, AWS, and there might be like a lot of research has been probably done on it, and we can probably like explore from there on if we want to. Okay, so let's try like STS role, assume role. Okay, so having identified the role the attacker attempted to assume it, we can do the same with the command below. Then to access this role we need it is configure in the command line. Cool, so we basically need to enter, we need to basically reconfigure our AWS CLI, AWS configure session token. We can specify session token. Now let's do like AWS STS get caller identity. Wait, we still can't? Deck and secret key provided from the above steps. Yeah, I mean I did the same thingy. And set a token, right? Session token. Oh, session token. Oh wow. Oh wow, I did a mistake. I did a mistake, guys. I copied something for something different. For I should have like copied secret access key, and I ended up copying session token. Lols. So AWS STS. AWS configure set AWS session token, and we can run like AWS get caller identity again, and we have like admin role my session, so we can try to like list. I mean we can probably explore from here by using something like AWS enumerator, but we won't do it. So let's try to list that same GCP bucket, not GCP. I should forget GCP for now. We are doing AWS. Like I'm too much into GCP right now. It's crazy. So we can copy emergency.txt. In the place of ls, we can do something like copy and cat emergency.txt. We can see, wow, like we can see like more stuff over here, mate. So we can see system name, ERP systems, Okay, recovery, this, warehouse, the passwords, cloud system, DR role, security keys, more security keys, client secret, service principal, Azure. We can try this credential over here for now. So AWS configure and secret key. Oh, now I have to like remove that token again. Let me go back. So let me run AWS get caller identity again. The security token included is the request is invalid. Huh. Wow. Okay, log into this management console and provided. Okay. Okay, so wait, like the lab has been completed. Okay, nice. I thought like this credential will also work and you have to dig more deep. But yeah, it was a nice lab. If you're interested to use Splunk to detect malicious activity, check out this lab. Hunt in the cloud with Splunk. I don't think it's a free one. Yeah, we have to pay. Yep. We can do that lab some other day. So let's see other. Uh, yeah, I think it's done now. Let's try to print out the message. Message.txt message.txt. Wait a minute, forbidden. Oh wow, I have to like reconfigure the whole thing. And let me run the same command again. My session. Oh wow. Well, I have to copy them again now. So AWS configure, AWS configure, figure. Okay, so now we have to specify the token. So AWS set token. Wow, AWS set token something. Okay, so we can now copy message.txt over here. We can print out message.txt. So congratulations on completing and the lab and welcome to Poon Labs. Our goal is to offer dynamic community where in progress regardless of where you are currently stand in cybersecurity journey. We are thrilled to have you. Yes, okay. Nice. So now like let's talk about the defense part. I mean technically it was an investigation, but we could have like stopped it. Maybe I don't know. Like we could have like probably like followed the least privilege principle, where we could have removed something like assume role permission. Um, yeah, and the other thing which we could have done was the same thing. Never ever store like something which is supposed to be secret in a clear text format. Use secret manager, right? Hmm, let's see. Okay, so now we will probably do one more lab and we will go now. I will end the stream after that. So let me load more labs. We can try like Azure one. I haven't done much with Azure, but the thing all comes down to like Bloodhound, and I have to like start the whole container thingy again. I don't want to do it. um and we have already done this SSRF one. Is there any privilege escalation lab? Let's see. Unauthenticated IAM principal enumeration. We can try this if you want to. Reveal hidden risk. Um, history bucket brute force to breach. We can try that. Hunt for secrets in Git repos. I can try this, but this thing is like I can't run any Docker container right now. This was a good lab. I mean, I will recommend trying it. I mean, we can, matter of fact, like we can try it right now. Yeah, let's do this one. So basically, like on platforms like AWS and GCP, we can have like different versions for a specific object. So basically object is like a file, right? And it can have like multiple versions. So so in this lab, like there was a flaw where, so in this lab, there's a flaw through which like you can list different version of a specific file, and one of the file has a hard-coded credentials, and from there you get flag or something. uh, and and it's also something similar with GCP, but with by default the file gets deleted after X amount of time, but you can make changes over there. Okay, so we can copy the IP and open a private browser or a private window, I should say. And we can see a login page. We can try something like admin won't work. Admin won't work for us. We can see like again like buckets over here. So there's like art.js over here. Then we have like api.js javascript. um we can try to like list the content of this bucket. So now what we can do is like I will go back to my like AWS Cloud Shell. I have to like restart it. So let me just like restart my Cloud Shell on AWS, and from there like we can explore it. And in the meantime, we can probably like read up on this lab. So scroll down, prerequisites, learning outcomes, difficulty, real world context, login page. Yeah. Okay, so I will switch my screen to Cloud Shell window for now. So Cloud Shell, just a check. Okay, so you guys can probably see Cloud Shell over here. Please like don't do anything bad with it if I reveal anything dumb. Okay, just a minute. So I will go back to my AWS Cloud Shell. AWS S3, not S2, S3. I can zoom in. Can I zoom in? No, I can't zoom in. Wow. Anyway, so S3 ls S3, the name was, let me just copy the name again, mates. Just a minute. Let me copy the name. Paste. I have to remove this. Huge logistic dashboard ls. Yeah, like we can see like static and private. We can try something like private. I mean why not? Always always look for private stuff. No. Wow, that sounds weird, man. Okay, There's private, but we don't. I don't think we have permissions to list the content of it. Um, let's see static, static. We can see JavaScript. We can let's see like JavaScript. Mm. By the way, in GCP, like if we were doing the same thing in GCP, what we could have done was like AWS, not AWS, G Cloud. Leave it. We could have tried something like GSUtil ls la, like how we like list the hidden contents in a Linux file system. We could have done that. Yeah, that thing won't work on GCP. So now we want to just check like if we have like any versions over here or not. So I will switch my screen back to this. Oh wow, lols. Just a minute. Okay, so let's get back to this. Yeah, we have done the same thing, but in a place of like specifying like recursive no sign in request, we would have done it this way too, but we used our like own personal account to list the contents of it. We can check like auth.js, and it says like to look for this. So I will go back, I will copy this, then I can do something like curl. Okay, so we can see like Amazon version ID, which basically means I believe it's like the bucket versioning has been enabled. I think that's something which they're talking to. Yeah, AWS Amazon ID 2. This thingy. This is what I'm talking about. So basically, like bucket versioning has been enabled, and we can try to like list the contents of it. So we can basically try listing bucket version in AWS. Like, oh god, like I was about to say GCP. Using versioning listing objects in a versioning enabled bucket. So let's see with AWS CLI S3 list object version bucket. Okay, so I probably need to go back to my AWS CLI or Cloud Shell, and yeah, so let me switch over to Cloud Shell again. Okay, so I've switched back to AWS Cloud Shell. Now let's run it. Clear. Now I have to specify the bucket name, which was I forgot. So I will go back and copy the bucket name again. Okay, so let me just remove this part out real quick. And okay, so we are able to list different versions over here. Kind of good, right? Yeah, and we would have followed the same thing which has been like mentioned on the write-up, actual write-up. We could have like followed this one too. We could have like ran this command. I mean, technically, like they're wow, like okay, so they are running the same command. So we were not running different commands. Okay, It S3 API list object versions. S3 API. Okay, so both of them are the same commands. Okay, not bad. Just we can now like print the contents of art.js. So let's copy it. I will basically like copy it. I mean, we already know the different versions, right? So I will hit enter, hit Q, then clear. Yes, like run it. I completely trust it. Okay, I think I should have. Okay. Cat art previous. Okay, so cool. So we can see the password over here in this specific version in this JavaScript code. So now I will come back to my screen, and here, so now like let's try to log in. So which will be admin at the rate something, which I forgot the email. I will basically go and copy the email to, which is hugelogistic.com. Login. Wait, it's like login not working for us. Admin at the rate huge logistic. Let's copy this. Okay, so we can log in now. Cool. Let's go back. I hope like you guys can see my screen here. Let's click on profile, and we can see like few more AWS credentials. So what I will do is not this terminal. I will go back to my terminal, and I will like basically configure my AWS CLI again, and we will try to like basically download that file, those files in private bucket or object. So I will run AWS configure, then this, hit enter, then AWS STS get caller identity the token. Okay, so I have to like remove the token. So nano AWS credential, let me remove the token. Okay, so we are now data user. Okay, so now what we can do is like we can now print the contents of the bucket. So let me go back, copy this bucket name thingy, and then I will go back to my terminal, and we can do like AWS S3, not S2, S3, ls S3, wrong address, S3, it should be S3. Now let's like list the contents of private, private. Well, that's surprising. Let's try something like static. It's very surprising because there should be something in private one. Let me go back. Performance, we get IP. Oh wow. Okay, so they also have like the whole like versioning thingy. Okay. Uh, I completely like forgot. So if we go back, if I go back to my AWS CLI, we can see if I have to like run the command. I have to run the command. Okay, so um, no, the older command here, this one. So we can see somewhere here, like here, business confidential help. We can see was an ID. We could have like copy that up. Standard. Okay, we were able to see stuff over here, but we don't really need to make a lot of changes. So I can come back. Basically, we can copy it. I mean, at this point, go back to our terminals, and yeah, it was an ID. Cause the flag. ls. Now we can like open it up. We can get the flag, right? So now let's talk about defense part. So the first one, like before, like even reading the whole thing, the first one will be, don't allow like anyone and everyone to view versions, and never like, again this comes down this thing comes down to this, like why to like store passwords in a JavaScript file. I mean, it's a client side code, right? um Never store passwords over there. The other thing could have been, if someone like really wants to store like private files or something, I mean they could have stored in a different bucket maybe. um then the other thing could have been, don't put your credentials as a node for AWS. We can now read the different section. I can zoom in. And let's read up. So the organization and segregation of data within AWS S3 infrastructure are crucial for both operational and efficiency and security. By keeping specific types of data in designated bucket, you ensure that permission related to data classifications are appropriate. As we saw in this scenario, it was possible to, yeah, I mean that's what I'm talking about. Compromised credentials that were fine, blah blah blah. It's also important to ensure that only trusted entities have list bucket versions and object version permissions. Yeah. Storing S3 credentials in text file is bad practice and can lead actors, exactly that's what I talked about. Then we have like a HackerOne report. We can read that up too. Let's see. So hard-coded passwords stored in JavaScript. Oh, lol. Okay, so I will like probably like end the stream now. It was a short stream. I mean, not really a short stream. It was like 2 hour, almost like 2 hours something. Yeah, almost 2 hour long stream. So what we like learn in our stream. So we, or I should say like what we did in the stream. So we explore like different, so in the stream like we explore different services and different attack vectors related to cloud. We explored SSRF in AWS. We also explored something like, we also explored we also like explored like difference between SSRF on platforms like AWS and GCP. We also saw like, for to perform SSRF attack in GCP we need to specify a custom header, while on AWS we can go on without even providing a header, right? The other one which I would say was, um, even though like now like it's kind of like very strange because like AWS has a pretty big market share, but they recently came up with the change. But yeah, I mean, I would recommend like switch to the version 2 API, um, because the version 1 API on AWS doesn't require any sort of a metadata header. So attackers can abuse like something like SSRF a tag to get the token for an instance, and then they can move on from there. And and if there's like more misconfigurations, they can compromise your like entire cloud environment. The other thing which we saw was weak like uh, policies regarding like storing passwords. So there was a situation where uh, by the way, right, so platforms like GCP and AWS like provide something called secret manager, so they could have uh, so so DevOps team, maybe they can use something like secret manager to store their credentials, uh, API keys. If they want anything which is supposed to be secret should be kept in a secret manager, right? Not to be exposed in a bucket. We also saw like misconfigured buckets where we were able to view things like uh, IAM policies related to it. Then we also exploited um, bucket versioning in AWS to list like to get something sensitive information, like we were able to get the password for an event panel. So yeah, like we should like always follow uh, pretty like that's something which I believe. So whenever like you create a service or something in a cloud environment, never ever go with the default account, because most of the time they have like something called editor role. So if that service which you are like running has some sort of a vulnerability, an attacker can get the token or something, and then they can move on from there. So whenever you create an account, use a custom account and give permissions accordingly. The other thing could be like use like secret managers to store credentials, passwords. Always follow the principle of least privileges to with any like IAM roles or policies. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Thanks for tuning in. uh have a great day, guys, and bye. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.